Jeremiah 23 in hoods. Behind me is an apartment complex. All right. So again, I want to talk to you today about massive land, or buying as much as land as you can, collective groups. It is the prime rib of restoration. And even though you're going to get robbed on prices, because they really, land for restoration for blacks would be, and let me holler at my African Americans and the poor, whoever race you are, would be fair. If, let's say I had some fishes and loaves and I fed everybody, but I left a couple out, how fair is that? No, God gave the fish and the loaves and the land. So therefore it would be righteous, or the right way of doing things would have been to evenly divide land. Now we got a lot right here, and when you look at the lot, you can see clearly behind me right there. You put it up right there, bam. So a lot like this, put about 3 homes up in there. But if you could get massive land, then you can put apartment complex over here. Here, right here would be your group's offices, or your church, or whatever you may have as a visionary of the house to check game. All that's paid for, and that's note free. Let's say it's 1,000 units, 1,000 members of your group. They come up. They have no oppressor, no pharaoh. They all out of Egypt, so to speak, financial pharaoh, right? Always hitting us. Hit us for everything. Call Transamerica right now. Take 2.5 hours just to get a hold of them on life insurance policies, and they gonna dodge you. A whole lot of things going on. What about your late payments? What about how you got hit on the FICOs and we are in this together? What about that? We were in this together, remember? Let me preach this thing about land. Why land? Why now? Why by 2031 we better have some check in? Because that was the thing that was promised but was taken. That was the thing that all the wars have been fought over. That's the thing that must be really important to Pharaoh. So this is not about Moses no more. This is the Joshua generation. And we forgive our enemies, and we love our enemies. Matter of fact, thank you for the game. Follow the developers. Wherever they going, you look for areas with trash in the back, but if it's land, buy it. And hold on to it, because right here you can put a complex just for your elderly or your disabled people and your collective group, people that you know. And, it's okay to give people clothes and cheese and food. But what about 2031? What the rent's gonna look like for the elderly, those that retire, the disabled? Where's the Josephs? Come on, y'all. I know you're out there, visionaries. Imagine you have your group and your condos here for your elderly. And if you own this, back here, all those apartments, 2 things. If you charge rent, Jesus gotta help you. Yeshua, he gonna have to help us. How are you gonna put out people in your group if they don't pay rent? I've seen it done by people in leadership do that. That's wickedly wrong. Look, if you buy the complex, the apartment complex, you own the land, you get developers to come in and build it. You do it with the heart to pour into the collective. You want multiplication going forward with pluses. If you can break the back of Pharaoh, the banks, off of as many as you can before you leave this earth, that's a Joseph stewardship thing. So, the idea is not to throw people out using ruthless iron steel landlords. And you that have property, just know this. At some point, you have to be giving off of your profits back to the poor, or somebody, somewhere, somehow. Because if you don't, You just use people as a tree. See? That's where the paper come from. Now, when we put human life like a tree above people, and we call it paper, and it's cheap money, we ain't got no gold, no titanium, uranium, you ain't got no oil, you ain't got nothing. Really. You got a big house. Yeah, man, it's not worth it, bro. It's they're crying to how to win friends from influence people. The crabs crawling out the burrow mentality. Governing would be, how can I multiply pluses like that tree? See, the tree ain't just an individual. The tree spread the branches, and the oxygen gives us oxygen to breathe. Not only that, what comes from the ground, and the squirrels live there, and as well as the birds, the fowls of the air. And what's wrong with that picture there? Nothing. Whatever falls to the ground, don't let no turkeys come around. Then grandma's happy at Thanksgiving. Listen, bottom line, right, it gives back and it don't charge. Now you're gonna need the power of the Holy Spirit to do what I'm saying. To come up with an ideology where you're gonna break the back of poverty, who's the real enemy of all human beings. And greed is the enemy that rides in the cart with oppression. Talking about genocide now. People will do all kind of things when they're on the spirit of greed. But don't think like the oppressor. Come back. Bottom line is, think for others. If you want your house and you paid your house off, or your apartment, or your condo, and you're free from Pharaoh, then you want to help. Give back. And think, how can we help more people to break the back of the oppressor? We owe it to our elders to come up with plans now. As we see inflation, go to Walmart, go to your stores, order online, healthy eating. For everything is capitalized, capitalism, bottom line profit. You think they're gonna spare you? I doubt it. Look how long it's taking to get to the black neighborhoods, the vaccine. Even if they didn't wanted to help you, they probably can't. If there come a war, they probably can't. If there's a real plague hit here and it's killing people young, they really can't. Can't you wake up and smell the coffee? Our trust has to be in the Lord. Now, what we're saying is let's use the word crucify our affections to things below. The earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof. If that's the case, then all we want to do is steward the land. Steward it, and knowing, man, this is not it, because you could buy the land, build all that, and then hit the wall, cross the street. Then what's going to happen? You gone. So it's not how much you gather. Ask the tree. It's how much you give, how much you gave back. Worse, in the big black hearse, riding on covetousness, greed, and excess, it's how much you multiplied. How many friends did you have when you died? Don't believe the hokey pokey about haters and forget you. And no, win the haters with gentleness and kindness. All you gotta do to a hater is put their grandmother, if they pa, and pay off that rent over there for about 5 years. Or build some stuff, they ain't gonna hate you no more. Love conquer all, man. That Bible always wins. Now, you'll provoke others. Their cover might be blowing up their motives and intentions, but the bottom line is, brother, you bless the poor and your legacy endure forever. What's wrong with your family and your kids with everything paid off building a house? Yeah, you go hire the essays, cuz, and pay it low. When you pay it low, right, not cheap, build your own. If you don't build and I don't build our own, then you waiting on somebody to do it, which a collective group can get it done fast, 10 times 10. Just like the vaccine, they can get it out fast, 10 times 10. If they use the National Guard and the Army, however, whatever political and stuff they got, whatever. Anyway, again, ABC News just said that we are the most, as far as the vaccine coming to our hood, there's a big gap right there. Now, what you think would happen if Ebola came? I'm not trying to fearmonger you. What I'm saying is, people, are you ready? We got to listen to wisdom from the Most High, and whatever comes, we don't care. But at least let us be prepared like Joseph. That's all I'm saying. Jeremiah 23 and Hood's Project Restoration. This is a marathon. We got to run it by the Spirit of God. Every breath that the Spirit breathes. And then we build with the hands of the Spirit. Natural wisdom flowing down. Governing ourselves like King Solomon. And, in other words, let what we have multiply all the way down to the least one. Snatch them all up, man. Cross over together. What's up? See you later. God bless you.